Welcome back to A Night in the Kitchen. Lisa's done chopping up our apples.
Yeah, they sure are juicy.
They look really good.
Yeah, the type of apple we are using today is McIntosh apples because they are best for cooking and baking. But did you know that there are over 7,500 types of apples?
I didn't know that. I only knew about Granny Smith apples because that's usually the apple that my mom buys.
Yeah, well, besides the Granny Smith apples, we have our McIntosh, which are good for cooking and baking. We have our Red Delicious, which are good for snacking. And there's also Granny Smith, which are tart and good for putting in apple pie.
But I bet you didn't know that Granny Smith apples don't change color to indicate when they are ripe and ready to eat.
Well, that's tricky.
I know, but you'll be able to tell once you take a bite though.
I bet. So what do we have to do with our fritters?
Next, we're going to beat our eggs. Lisa, we're going to get started beating the eggs. I'm going to pour these into the bowl while you get these ready.
Okay. We kept our bowl in the freezers because it's going to help the egg whites stiffen up a little bit quicker. So Jess, did you know that the apple has been around since most of recorded history? I mean, besides the obvious reference with Adam and Eve in the Bible, ancient Greeks also used the apple as an after-dinner meal. This was because they thought the apple could aid digestion.
I didn't know that. Well, that is true. Apples are low in sodium and high in fiber, and they have boron, which helps stiffen bones.
That's good to know. Our egg whites are still getting a little... Still beating, maybe whip it up a little bit higher. Waiting for that to be done.
And you're going to beat the eggs until they form stiff white peaks.
It takes a couple minutes. When we come back, we're going to show you how to fry up these fritters. But now we're with Nicole and Connor at the 3B Saloon. Right here on A Night in the Kitchen.
We are at the 3B Saloon here on 4th and Liberty right by Gannon's campus, where we'll be talking to the owner, Mr. J.J. Brown.
Why 3B? Because it's a niche that you got to have. You got to have something a little different than everybody else. Beer, bacon, and barbecue. Love beer, love bacon, and I'm a pretty good cook. We do a nice job on the barbecue. It's a blend of like a Kansas City is what we're used to up here. Kansas City is a little thicker barbecue sauce that sticks right to the bone, that gets all over your face and whatnot. Then there's a North Carolina that's basically a vinegar and ketchup blend. What we do, we try to put them together and so that we can have the best of both worlds. And then we also do like a sweet honey mustard one. That's a real nice sauce, a little thicker. Got a little bite to it. This is a brisket. There's two really parts of a brisket. There's a clean part, which is the part that's down below here and whatnot, and then there's a top part. The top part is usually most people don't use the top part because there's a lot of fat on it. We use the top part because it's almost like a complete marble through the meat. It's an excellent part. But a lot of people just want to use it. When you see the corned beef, they just use this lower part down through here. And when we smoke it, you can just take your finger and run your thumb through it, open it up, and then you have two parts. And you have that top and you have the bottom. You clean what they call a cap off, which is a full 1 inch of fat, and everybody knows fat means flavor. I had an idea a couple years ago about bacon is getting big. Everybody loves bacon. I see, why not? Why not have bacon? There's a lot of different styles of beer. You can go from a stout to a lager to a porter to a wheat. Even the bigger companies, Anheuser-Busch, Michelob has their own little microbrews that they're trying out. And they do a very good job. But where we're located, we're pretty blessed that we can come an hour away to some of the best beer that you can have. Well, there's a whole lot of beers I like in my life, but beer, bacon, and barbecue are the only ones I can sell.
Thank you, JJ, for giving us a nice look inside the 3B Saloon right here on 4th and Liberty on Gannon's campus. 3Bs, of course, being beer, bacon, and barbecue. Now we're going to head back inside to the kitchen with Jess and Lisa.
Welcome back to A Night in the Kitchen.
Well, I've already coated our skillet with non-stick spray, and what Lisa's going to do is she's going to fold the apples into the batter. And when that's ready, to check to make sure that the pan is ready, I'm going to take a little bit of batter and add it to the pan, and if it sizzles, that means the pan is hot and ready to cook the fritters.
Fritter is such a funny word. I wonder where it came from.
It actually comes from the Latin word meaning to fry.
So if it just means to fry, does that mean we can use things other than apples in our fritters?
Yep. You can use nuts, berries, anything.
Great, that sounds awesome. I'm going to make fritters on a chilly day and use them as snacks for my friends, since they're so easy.
And when you do that, I'll be there.
Okay, well come on over. Okay, I got the batter all ready. What do we do next?
Okay. Let me make sure that's all mixed up really good. And move this spoon out the way. Okay. Now that this is all mixed up, we're going to go over here to our skillet, and we're going to take a spoonful and put it onto the pan. And let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes on one side or until golden brown. And then when that's done, flip it over and do another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side.
Okay. While Jess is doing that, I'm going to get some of my red hot cider ready. Okay. Into my saucepan, I'm going to add 1 cup of no sugar added apple juice. Cup of water. Need 1 teaspoon, or 1 tablespoon rather, of red hot cinnamon imperial candy, and 5 cloves. 1, 2, 3, 5 cloves. Jess, I heard that cinnamon is good for you. Is that true?
Actually, it is. It's a great source of magnesium and calcium, and it helps with cognitive function and memory.
Oh, just a scent? 'Cause I need some of that. Well, what I'm going to do is stir my red hot cider over medium heat for about 5 minutes or until it's hot. How are those fritters coming along, Jess?
They're coming along good.
Do you have any idea where these little red hot candies came from? Well, I think they're called cinnamon imperials, and they originated in the 1930s, and it's actually a generic name. Red Hots would kind of be the name we all know them as. Fun fact.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to simmer our cider,
And cool our fritters.
and when we come back to A Night in the Kitchen, we're going to put our whole Applelicious meal together.
So stay tuned to A Night in the Kitchen. Welcome back to A Night in the Kitchen. Now that we're done frying up our fritters, it's time to plate them. And Lisa's over there ladling our cider, and she'll be over in a minute. For our fritters today, we're going to use whipped cream for them, but you can use anything that you want. You can use jelly, powdered sugar, or maple syrup. You almost done there, Lisa?
Yep. I got our cider all ladled up and ready to serve. It's a nice red color. Look at that.
And pass me the whipped cream.
Certainly. Check that out. Great.
All done. You ready to eat one?
I don't know. Let's try it out, I guess.
Go for it.
Okay.
A little whipped cream.
Okay, here it goes.
These taste really good.
They're really light and flaky.
Mm-hmm.
And very appley.
Try it.
Try the cider. Cheers.
Cheers. Whoa.
That is a whole
delicious.
cup of awesome right there.
Oh, awesome. Oh my goodness. It's so delicious.
Thank you for joining us in The Night in the Kitchen, where our goal is to provide you with fun, fast, and nutritious food ideas for under $20.
Stay tuned for next week when I'll be here with Erin and Nicole while we have a sweet time cooking up some sweet desserts.